Okay, so here comes our fifth point that all the business should take consideration of the young generation. I mean, young people like you, 90s or 2000 generation. Of course, they are also value the reputation and the word of mouth. But let's see what's the difference between them and the older generation. So what do you think, Mindy?
I think it's actually very important to have your online presence up and going and for everyone to see where it's a point where it accurately represents your brand and the image that you're trying to produce. I mean, the older generation, they worry so much about reputation because that's what they care about. They care about word of mouth as well. However, I think where, there's kind of a generation gap is that the older generation doesn't understand that their online presence also speaks to their reputation. For example, if I was to buy something online, I would look at the product. If I think the product's my style, but then I go to their website and then their website, isn't really up to par. There's some issues with user experience and it's not in the style indicative of their products. I would really wonder, why is there such a large discrepancy? And that would actually make me feel sort of wary from ordering from this company. And that really speaks to the brand's trustworthiness, its image, its reputation. I mean, these days when we do anything online, we can see ratings, reviews, if anyone else has purchased something, the frequency of which it's been purchased. So all this information is online and really speaks to a company's reputation. And 90s babies and 2000s babies, all of us were born with, an iPad in our hands. So we really just go with all the information online and we run with it. We take it and we run with it. We digest as much as possible. We take it with a grain of salt, of course, we discern for ourselves, but it's really how we gather information about companies and their services. So I feel like this is really important for them to understand, especially with, more people being born and they want to reach the younger generations. This is the way to go in order to turn these younger generations into your customers.
So that's the reason why I always tell my friend that you should start your digital marketing right now, immediately, because actually there are some of my customers, some of them start their digital marketing like 2 or 3 years ago and now already have very good results. And for example, I remember one of them, they only have like 12 people, and by using digital marketing, their income, you can guess how much? Millions.
For 12 employees,
5 million Canadian
goodness.
dollars.
Wow, that's incredible.
And now they're grabbing other people's market. See?
Oh, I see. Now, that definitely brings us to a good point about why you need to get started immediately. Because while you might be thinking about it now, someone might have already been doing it for 2 to 3 years. And it really gives you a good solid foundation to work with. I mean, sometimes we see businesses that have had no digital marketing, no SEO done. Their website, was probably done a few years ago and there's been no updates ever since. And that's something that's really, really, hard to work with because there's not a solid foundation for us to work with. But I don't want to discourage them because that is exactly why you need to get started immediately to fix this situation. So 3 years from now, you will be in a good place. And then the business that, was considering it and then didn't follow through at the time you're considering it is actually in the same place that you are now. So as you can see, this is something that you really need to think ahead and go ahead and invest in and really act on, as you said, immediately. I mean, large companies constantly snowball and take up more and more of the market. It's really easy for them when they get to that point. For example, a North American kind of example. Let's go with Uber. At that time, there are a lot of small companies trying to do something similar to Uber. However, now Uber takes up the majority of the market. And then, in second place, you have Lyft. And then there's no one else.
Just like Didi situation in China.
Absolutely. So in China, there's the same similar taxi service that is APP controlled, and it's called Didi. When Uber tried to go to China, they couldn't find a foothold because the market had already been taken and was stood upon by Didi, and they had no way to get in. So this is something really important for businesses to consider, especially when they think about scaling the operations and growing outside of where they started as well.
To sum up, 1. The ROI of digital marketing is very clearly higher than traditional methods of advertising. 2. Internet marketing is most suitable for small business, as we can control the budget and strategically plan for them. 3. Digital marketing can help companies clearly understand the needs of their users. 4. Internet marketing will help you or your competitors to seize more of the market. 5. Digital marketing is becoming increasingly important as we delve further into the digital age when everything is online and everyone is looking online.
And those are our points for today. And if you're interested in anything that we had talked about today, or if you're interested in having us take a personal look at your business, please leave us your business name, your contact person's information, such as telephone number and email address, and send that over to hello@True-E.ca. Every single week, we'll pick 3 businesses and we'll give them a free website and SEO audit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and please give us a like, share, or comment. Thanks for watching.